The philosophy of Epictetus is built on a single, radical observation. Everything that can be taken from you will eventually be taken from you. Wealth, status, health, people. All of it is temporary and externally contingent. Any life built on the foundation of external things, however good those things currently are, is structurally vulnerable. The only thing that cannot be taken, the only thing that belongs to you unconditionally, is how you choose to respond to what happens. This is not resignation. It is the most extreme form of personal agency available to a human being. Today, we break down 5 principles from Epictetus's Enchiridion, his handbook, that constitute what we're calling the freedom formula. Epictetus opens the Enchiridion with its most foundational principle. Some things are in our control and others not. In our control, our opinions, our choices, our responses, our values. Not in our control, our body, our reputation, our possessions, the actions of others. He argues that unhappiness, in all its forms, stems from a single error, confusing these two categories. Seeking control over what cannot be controlled, neglecting to exercise control over what can be. The wealthy person who is miserable because of what others think of them is suffering from this error. The person in poverty who maintains equanimity because they have full control of their values and responses is not. Epictetus reverses the standard relationship between external circumstances and internal state. The internal state is not downstream of external circumstances. It is upstream, always. The practice: when you encounter any difficult circumstance today, categorize it immediately. What here is in my control? Direct all energy, all of it, toward that column alone. Epictetus did not teach that external things don't matter. He taught that the attachment to them, the belief that they are necessary for your well-being, is the source of vulnerability. Never say about anything, "I have lost it," but say, "I have returned it." His framework: treat all external goods, money, relationships, position, health, as things on loan rather than things owned. This is not passivity. It is a specific psychological architecture that allows you to engage fully with external things while remaining undisturbed if they are taken. Viktor Frankl, imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps, described a version of this same architecture as the final and inalienable human freedom, the freedom to choose your response regardless of external circumstance. The practice: for each significant external thing you value, practice visualizing its absence, not to become indifferent to it, but to free yourself from the anxiety of its potential loss. The person who has already found their footing without it is not destabilized when it goes. One of the most practically useful and least discussed principles in the Enchiridion is what Epictetus calls acting with reservation, pursuing your goals and intentions fully while holding lightly to specific outcomes. Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. This is not defeatism. It is the recognition that outcome is partly within your control and partly not, and that attaching your emotional state to what is partly outside your control is structurally irrational. The elite performer engages this principle constantly. They pursue the goal with full intensity and release attachment to the specific form in which success arrives. This produces both better performance, because anxiety about outcome degrades performance, and more resilience when outcomes don't match intentions. The practice: for each current goal, separate the effort commitment from the outcome expectation. Commit absolutely to the effort. Hold the outcome lightly. Then perform from the effort side of that equation alone. Here is the most sophisticated and immediately applicable tool in Epictetus' system, the one that makes everything else possible. He calls it the examination of impressions. An impression is the automatic interpretation your mind applies to events before you have consciously chosen what to make of them. Someone ignores your email. The impression arrives. They disrespect me. A project fails. The impression: I am a failure. A market drops. The impression: everything is collapsing. Epictetus teaches that the impression is not the event. It is the story the mind adds to the event. And that story can be examined, questioned, and replaced before it drives behavior. He wrote, It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things. The practice: when a strong negative emotional reaction arises, pause before acting on it. Ask, what is the interpretation I'm applying here? Is this interpretation definitely true? What other interpretation is equally or more plausible? This gap between the event and the response is where freedom lives. Viktor Frankl called it the final human freedom. Epictetus described it 2,000 years before Frankl was imprisoned. The final principle of Epictetus's freedom formula is the most expansive: live according to your nature, specifically according to the rational and social nature that is distinctively human. He argues that flourishing, what the Greeks called eudaimonia, comes not from pleasure, not from wealth, not from status, but from the full exercise of reason, virtue, and genuine contribution to those around you. This is not moralizing. It is a practical observation about what produces sustainable psychological well-being. Research on meaning and subjective well-being consistently shows that the activities producing the deepest, most durable sense of flourishing are those aligned with the person's values and contributions, not those that maximize pleasure or comfort. The practice: identify the version of yourself you would describe as living fully according to your nature, your values, your strengths, your genuine contributions. Then ask, what is the single largest gap between who I am now and who that version of me would be? Address that gap first, not because someone told you to, because it is, in the most fundamental sense, what you are here to do. 5 principles from the man who built an unbreakable mind under the most extreme external conditions imaginable. The dichotomy of control. Categorize every situation before spending a single ounce of energy on it. Non-attachment. Hold external things as loans, not possessions. Acting with reservation. Pursue goals fully while releasing attachment to specific outcomes. The examination of impressions. Close the gap between event and response. Living according to nature. Build your life around what produces genuine flourishing, not what produces comfort. These are not ancient ideas. They are tools that work in every context, under every level of external pressure, in every era, including this one. If this changed how you think, subscribe. I break down these frameworks every week. The timeless psychological systems of the world's greatest thinkers, made applicable to modern life. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 principles are you taking into your week first?